Dear guests, representatives of member countries, awardees, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor as host of today's celebration to open the festivities and to join you. As you know, a celebration is successful when the right guests are gathered and when the activities are interesting. Looking around, I see an impressive array of prominent figures. I wish to extend a warm welcome to all you here in Lugano. I greatly appreciate the fact that some of you have traveled a long way to join us in Switzerland, and especially in the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland here. I'd like to extend special greetings to the Japanese delegation led by Your Excellency Mr. Hirofumi Nakasone, former Minister of Foreign Affairs. This year, Japan and Switzerland are commemorating 150 years of diplomatic relations. Your visit today shows me that our two countries maintain, not only in science, relations built on a solid foundation. I greatly appreciate, Mr. Nakasone, if you would please extend my best wishes to your father, His Excellency, Mr. Yasuhiro Nakasone, who played a central role in establishing HFSP. I'd like to welcome all of the members of the HFSP board and the members of the Council of Scientists, Secretary General Ernst Widnacker, and awardees. In particular, my greetings also go to the former President, Masao Ito, and to former Secretary Generals Michael Queneau and Thorsten Wiesel. An interesting program schedule awaits us. At this point, I wish to thank the distinguished speakers and panelists. I look forward to their contributions and their insight about the human frontiers. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased that you have come to Switzerland to celebrate this jubilee. We place great importance on education, research, and innovation. This can be seen, for instance, in our education system, which is designed to take different aptitudes and talents into account and offer interesting career prospects to everyone. This holds true for higher education institutions, which enjoy high levels of autonomy and are internationally competitive. And it holds true for research and innovation activities, which enjoy favorable general conditions, freedom of research, and good infrastructure. For us, there is another aspect that is very important: international cooperation. Exchanging ideas and knowledge across national borders is not enough. Researchers themselves need to cross borders and to gain new knowledge. Conducting research together also means pooling existing resources together in order to achieve a greater impact through concerted efforts. The Human Frontier Science Program has clearly shown this to be the most promising path to follow. Launched back in 1989, the HFSP encouraged international research cooperation aimed at clarifying complex mechanisms of living systems. In the field of life sciences, there is no other program like it anywhere else in the world. The sponsored research projects are in the very frontier of science. It is difficult to define these frontiers. If we knew them, they would already have passed. Your success is also due to the fact that you enable researchers to freely pursue their interests and to trust their instincts. This concept follows the principle of serendipity, characterizing the work of great figures like Einstein, Pasteur, or many of the over 20 Nobel Prize laureates whose work was founded by HFSP long before they received this prestigious award. International research and innovation cooperation does not happen by itself. In my opinion, there are three main requisites for success of a program such as HFSP. The first requisite is the existence of cooperation structures. International research that makes use of shared infrastructures or built from firmly established program structures have good chances of success. HFSP is an excellent program, primarily because it has always called itself into questions. This has enabled it to maintain its dynamics and achieve such remarkable results. The second requisite is the quality of the people standing behind the program. HFSP is backed by a strong research community. The fact that former office holders and alumni have come to Lugano is a sign of the esteem in which the program is held. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the ones that give value to the program. The third requisite, in my view, is active support to young researchers. This is a key factor of long-term success. HFSP encourages scientists early when minds are most creative, capitalizing on its global reach to fund only the best. Senior researchers bring their experience, and the younger contribute new ideas and approaches. Ladies and gentlemen, you can look back at a successful quarter century with pride. In 1989, the world was quickly changing. Built in a spirit of common resolve, prudently managed, and always open to new ideas, initiatives such as the HFSP have brought us to where we are today. Let's continue along this path. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. State Secretary, for your introduction and for your kind words to the program. I'm happy now to introduce His Excellency, Mr. Hirofumi Nakasone, member of the House of Councillors of the National Diet of Japan. I've already mentioned that he is the son of Prime Minister Nakasone 25 years ago, who 25 years ago introduced the program. He just told me that his father just was 96 years old, and I must say that it shows that intellectual activities make you live very long. And he must have very good genes also. His Excellency, Mr. Nakasone, you have the word, and we are looking forward to what you have to say to us. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much, Secretary General Binaka. Dear honored guests, esteemed colleagues from member states, awardees, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations and best wishes to the Human Frontier Science Program on its 25th birthday. It is a great pleasure for me to be present here today on this festive occasion. The strong development over the years results from the constant efforts of the Human Frontier Science Program community, notably President Nobutaka Hirokawa and past and present members of the Board of Trustees, the Council of Scientists, the review committees, and the Secretariat, especially Secretary General Ernesto Ludwig Binaka and his predecessors. Please permit me to convey the best wishes and heartfelt congratulations of the Japanese government and of my father, Yasuhiro Nakasone, who is 96 years old now. He is in excellent shape and will be thinking of us today. In his and my government's name, I would like to warmly thank our host, the Swiss government, especially Maruo Delambrogio, Swiss State Secretary for Education, Research and Innovation, and greet the many friends of the program present today, particularly the awardees who have assembled here. In 2014, we celebrate 150 years of diplomatic relations between Japan and Switzerland. We commemorated the milestone by a state visit to Japan of the President of the Swiss Federation, Didier blue cartel this February, and a state visit to Switzerland of the Crown Prince of Japan last month. By interesting coincidence, 2014 also marks 150 years of relations between Japan and Alsace, the headquarters of the program. My father was particularly touched on the occasion of the 20th anniversary when the Human Frontier Science Program decided to establish a scientific award, the Nakasone Award, to honor an outstanding scientist who has made a significant breakthrough in the life sciences. I am thus pleased to welcome Professor Yuri Aron from the Weizmann Institute in Israel, who will receive this year's award later on during this ceremony. His work reflects the ongoing interest in complex mechanisms of living systems, which my father defined as the future orientation and focus of a new funding scheme. As you may know, in the late 1980s, as the Prime Minister at the time, my father had the idea to try to explore the functioning of the brain and the essential functions of human life. At that time, the recombinant DNA debate was in full swing, and relation between progress of life science and human dignity had been discussed. He thus envisaged not only an international joint research project, but a long-term and dynamic program which creates advances awaiting humanity in the 21st century. This idea was proposed by my father at the Venice summit in 1987, and it hit the spot, just like ripples spreading on the surface of the calm lake of Lugano. Together with wise men from around the world, a concept was developed which pleased his colleagues in the G7 and EU, and shortly afterwards in Switzerland. He could not possibly have imagined that it would grow into an organization which would prosper for 25 years and hopefully much longer. Now, the aim of the Human Frontier Science Program have evolved over the years. In the early days of the program, the wise men focused on neurobiology and the then very novel developments in molecular biology. Subsequent developments, including scientific innovations, have made it possible to ask questions on what is essential to human beings. The biological sciences are now talking about explanations of the origin of serious and complex disease, including various cancers and diseases affecting the human brain. This leads to major contributions to the health and life of people around the world. The Human Frontier Science Program has played an important role in these developments. There are 23 Nobel Prize winners who are supported by the program before obtaining this award. Moreover, the excellent examples is the funded research in 1993, which is about the roles of the sonic hedgehog gene in skin developments, leading to the development of drugs for skin cancer 20 years later. These are other outstanding achievements show how our support can yield enormous success and international recognition. I think we should all be proud of what we have achieved together in these 25 years. In my country, Professor Shinya Yamanaka received the Nobel Prize in 2012 for his discovery on iPS cells. This achievement has overturned conventional wisdom, leading to the recognition that the destiny of a cell can be changed and presenting a new frontier. The example of Professor Yamanaka illustrates this continuous development. This also illustrates that frontiers will be brought about from serendipities of unknown origin rather than directly resolving problems in the fields. We need destructive innovations. If we want to plot new frontiers, this is exactly the dynamic advance in the 21st century, as my father conceived it. The frontier that should open up is vast. What should we aim for as the next frontier? In the program, attempts have been made to reveal what the frontier is, but I have heard that they have not reached conclusion. On the other hand, when we try to overcome the challenges and social issues we face, a new frontier becomes visible. In my country, society is aging rapidly, and in order to solve this, research on the relationship between aging and longevity may be a frontier. In addition, dealing with bioethics has become a major issue due to progress of the life science. I hope that the Human Frontier Science Program sustains development. For this, I want to present two key phrases for the program. The first is a grand challenge. I would like the program to promote innovation in unknown fields so as to inspire a grand challenge to open up a new frontier. I hope the program encourages researchers who have challenging mind to open up new frontiers. Second is the fusion of the young brains. I would like the program to take the lead by breathing new life into different fields and fusing them. By expansion of international and intercontinental collaboration, and by the use of flexible ideas of young researchers, I am sure that confronting these challenges is the unique strength of the program, and that it cannot be done by other international organizations or countries. As long as these efforts are made, you will continue to provide the creative spark for the revolutionary development of the life sciences. I am convinced that the Human Frontier Science Program, Board of Trustees, the Secretariat, and the scientific community will find their way on the real frontiers. Japanese poet Kotaro Takamura expressed this endeavor in his poem titled Journey. In Japanese, 僕の前に道はない。僕の後ろに道はできる。In English, no path lies before me, but behind me a path appears. I honestly hope that the Human Frontier Science Program and its community will continue in this spirit. No path lies before you, but behind you a path appears. This spirit will guarantee its ongoing success. I am willing to take over the aspirations of my father and work toward for the sustainable development of the program. Thank you very much for your kind attention.